Okay, so Hare Krishna, dear devotees, everyone who is present live, and to everyone who is going to watch this later, please accept my most humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Vancha kalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जय पताका स्वामीन इति नामिने नमो आचार्य पादाय निताई कृपा प्रदायिने गौर कथा धामदाय नगर ग्राम तारिणे नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीन इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे राम राम हरे हरे. So we will begin our today's session with a short kirtan. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी. I will request all of you to sing along with me while you are on mute. Please clap your hands and sing this kirtan along with me. When we clap our hands, what happens is all the karma that we have accumulated. In Sanskrit, there is a word, or in Hindi also, there is a word called urgent. That means you have, with lot of effort, you have earned it. You have earned a lot of karma because of which now we are suffering. So our hard-earned karma, when we clap, all that karma is vanquished. Just like when you come under a tree where so many birds are sitting, and when you go under such a tree and just clap your hands, what happens is all the birds fly away. So similarly, when you clap your hands during kirtan, what happens is all our karma, these lines that are there on the palms, they start changing. All the karma is taken away by Krishna. So let's clap and let's sing this beautiful bhajan, which is very, very dear to Srila Prabhupada, to our dear Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braj Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braj Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavalla गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल श्री श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। शिला जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरि ओम तत्सत्। So actually this kirtan, this Jai Radha Madhav is very dear to our Srila Prabhupada, and it also becomes even more special for us because if we see the lyrics, so it says Jai Radha Madhav. That is, Radha Madhav is in Sridham Mayapur, who is protecting all the devotees under Srila Prabhupada, all the followers in our sampradaya and our sampradaya acharya Srila Prabhupada. And then Jai Radha Madhav, Jai Kunja Bihari. So this Gauranga Kuti is under the shelter of Sri Sri Radha Kunja Bihari. That is, who are residing in Detroit. And Sri Sri Radha Kunja Bihari is an expansion of Sri Sri Radha Madhav. They were personally installed by our Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada had prayed to Sri Sri Radha Kunja Bihari to be in the most merciful mood. So, to be very honest, I have experienced this myself, and there are so many experiences of so many devotees, that how merciful our Sri Sri Radha Kunja Bihari is. We have so many devotees here uh, who have this experience and who are also personally experienced this mercy even now. It is in continuity. It is not that it's not a past thing. It's a continuous, present continuous and future continuous thing. That mercy is overflowing. Sri Sri Radha Kunja Bihari's mercy. So so this kirtan is very, very special for the Gauranga Kuti devotees also. Of course, it is special for all the ISKCON devotees because it is dear to our Srila Prabhupada. But even more special for all the Gauranga Kuti devotees who are blessed to be under this shelter. So again, I want to really convey my gratitude to His Grace Anant Vilas Prabhu, to Gauranga Kuti, to all the devotees here for again giving me this opportunity, once again for receiving this opportunity of being able to speak Hari Katha in association of such wonderful devotees as all of you. So I'm very, very grateful. Many times when we get a service, and when you are doing a service every day, we may take it for granted that I am doing this service. What happens is when we come into Krishna consciousness, we are very careful. We are careful about everything that, oh, I don't want to offend any devotees. I don't want to offend any Vaishnavas. Okay, this devotee has asked me to chant, so let me chant nicely. Okay, these are the instructions that I'm receiving. Let me try to do all these things very nicely. But then what happens with time, what happens, we get used to it. And then we we become, there is a slack in our attitude, and that's where all the offenses start happening. So we should be very careful that every service that we are receiving in this journey of Krishna consciousness, in spiritual journey, if you are doing any service, whether that is chanting the holy names, if somebody is chanting only one round, what to speak of one round, if somebody is able to say only one mantra, even that happens by the mercy, or rather I would uh, put it in quotes, that by causeless mercy, mercy that has no cause. We don't deserve it, or there is nothing that that Krishna or Guru Maharaj, they are not obliged to give us any mercy, but it is causeless. There is no cause behind it. They are just showering their mercy. So any service that we are able to do, or that we are receiving in Guru Parampara, that is causeless mercy of Sri Gurudev. So only when Guru Maharaj does mercy upon us, then we start progressing, or then we start moving in spiritual life. That is when we start getting association of devotees. That is when we that is when our avenues start opening up in spiritual life. So at no moment we should take any service or any devotee in a careless manner. We should be very, very careful of not trying to judge any devotee by their looks, by their age, or whatever it may be. Whatever relation or whatever way you are connected with the other devotee, we should be, not you, we should be very, very careful about how we deal with devotees, because Vaishnav Aparad is the most dangerous offense that can completely snatch away everything that we have acquired in all this time. All the taste that we are receiving, or that we are getting in Krishna consciousness, will be lost in one moment by this one aparad. So we should be very, very careful when we are dealing with devotees, and we should always feel this gratitude within us, that whatever we are able to do in Krishna consciousness, even if we are not able to do too many services, if we are able to chant, if we are able to appreciate the deities, then we should understand that this taste or this mercy has been given by our Guru Maharaj, and that is why, with our limited material intelligence, with our limited material eyes, we are able to get that taste. With our limited material taste in Harinam, in chanting, we are able to chant because Guru Maharaj is showering that mercy. And that is why every time when I'm given this opportunity to speak about Harikatha, I really, really want to express my most immense gratitude that I have been given this service one more day. And I pray for another service one more day. So with that note, um, we'll move to our today's topic. So last time we started with Guru Vandana, and we were learning the Guru Vandana verse by verse and trying to understand the meaning. And we'll continue with that today. So let me again share my screen. So, is my screen visible to everyone? You can digitally raise your hands or just thumbs up. Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So we did the first verse. Here, before I go through the verses, let us also take a moment to understand and meditate upon this picture. Here you can see Srila Prabhupada and the disciples are doing Charan Abhishek, Pad Abhishek of Srila Prabhupada. So um, this is how we do Abhishek, Charan Abhishek of our Guru Maharaj, and that is Guru Charanamrit. And one may think that, okay, what is the requirement to do all these things to the Guru? Because he's a human being. We should do this only to the Supreme Lord. So if somebody has that mindset, then that is not correct. Because last time I had showed the reference in our last class. I had showed the reference from Chaitanya Charitamrit, where it was clearly mentioned that the Supreme Lord Krishna himself manifests as our Diksha Guru and as our Shiksha Guru. And any Guru coming in any form, Shravan Guru, Pat Pradakshak Guru, in any form, Guru is a manifestation of Krishna. So the way we worship Krishna, the Supreme Lord, the way we worship the Supreme Lord Krishna, same way we should also worship our Guru Maharaj, knowing that Guru Maharaj is not different from Krishna. With that mood, we should serve. So, and this same thing is also applicable. It is not only about serving. This is called Vapu Seva. When you serve the transcendental spiritual body of the Guru Maharaj, of Sri Guru, that is called Vapu Seva. So this is Vapu Seva. Now, all of us may not get this opportunity where we are serving our Guru Maharaj personally in this way. So, more important than Vapu Seva is Vani Seva. Vani means words, the instructions. So, when I say more important, it does not mean that Vapu Seva is less important. But what it means is that if somebody is doing Vapu Seva, means serving the spiritual body of our spiritual master, but is not serving the instructions, then that is of no use. So Vani Seva is more important. That is, whatever instruction is coming from the lotus lips of our Guru Maharaj, whether Guru in the form of Diksha Guru, or whether the instruction is coming in the form of our Shiksha Guru, from lotus lip of our Shiksha Guru, it is same. We should not differentiate in it. And serving that instruction is more important. So now, in fact, also before going to the verse, I also remembered one more aspect that many times uh, there was an incident. Why I'm saying this is that many times our Guru Maharaj, or when I say Guru, so Guru will never say that, oh, he's God or something. No, because if a Guru says that, then in scriptures it is written that we should understand that such a Guru is not who claims that I am God. If a Guru comes and says I'm God, then we should understand that such a Guru is not God, but just the reverse of God. That becomes Dog. Yes. Okay, so if somebody is claiming I am God, even when Krishna himself appeared as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even he did not here, if somebody told him that you are Vishnu yourself, he would say Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. He never accepted the fact to teach others that as an acharya, as a guru, a, a jivatma can never become God. God is always God. God does not become one fine day. God is always God. And jivatma is always jivatma. He has an individual relationship with God. So if somebody claims that he is God, then he's dog. But Guru will never say that. But we should understand that Guru is God, because he's manifestation of Krishna. He's the manifestation of God. Now here, many times when we say these things that, okay, I'm very grateful for the service, or I've heard this from while listening to some class, or some people get very annoyed that, Arey, that very same dialogue, oh, that same dialogue again. Okay, we understood. This is just showing humility. No, it is not showing humility. It is actually the truth. Because I remember an incident where a very exalted, very, very exemplary devotee, um, he was on the Vyasasana, and this devotee, he said on the mic that, I'm very fallen, I have no qualification to speak, so please bless me so that I can speak Harikatha. I'm um, begging for your blessings. So when this devotee said this, there was someone sitting in the audience among the listeners, and one of the persons, he said, "अरे, अगर इनको कुछ आता नहीं है तो इनको क्यों व्यास आसन पे बिठाया है?" So I'll just translate the meaning. So this devotee said that, he, as a in his humility, he said that I don't know anything much, so I will try to speak about Krishna. I will try to speak Harikatha. Please bless me. This is what he said. And one of the persons sitting in the audience said, "Oh, if he does not know anything, then why is he wasting our time? Why is he sitting on the Vyasasana? Please bring someone who knows about, all these Bhagavatam and all." So this tells us that many times we become very ignorant of in whose presence we are. We don't understand who this person is or who this soul is. We cannot, with our uh, charma chakshu, with our material eyes, we cannot recognize a Vaishnava. We cannot recognize the position of the Vaishnava. Who is this soul? We cannot understand this by our material intelligence and material eyes. So we should never judge, we should never speak anything which is like a judgment for any Vaishnava. So this is a very, very important thing. I thought before we go to Guru Vandana, I just remembered this and I wanted to share this. So we'll go to the second verse, or we can sing the first verse and then we can go to the second verse. Shri Guru Charana Padma केवल भक्ति सदमा बंद मुई साबधान मते যাহার প্রসাদে ভাই এ ভব তুরিয়া যায় কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি হয় যাহা হতে. Now the second verse. Did we do the second verse also, or did we not do? Can you please remind me? Uh, have we done the second verse, or have we not done the second verse? You can show your thumbs up, or okay, I can see. So second verse. Guru mukha padma vakko chittete koriya ekko. So now this is something very, very relevant to what I was just trying to share. So Guru Mukha. Mukha means the lotus mouth of our Sri Guru. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. So Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. Padma means lotus, and Vakya means the words emanating from the lotus mouth of Sri Guru. Sri Guru means bona fide Guru. Now, just if somebody puts if they start calling themselves as Sri Guru or Sadguru, just by keeping a fancy name, one does not become a guru. There are symptoms of a guru. Who can be a guru? One is they have to belong, they have to descend in a bona fide sampradaya. Then avyartha kalatvam. Avyartha means without wasting even one fraction of a moment. Avyartha kalatvam. Not wasting in what? Not wasting in anything that is not Krishna related. That is not uh, connected with Krishna. So avyartha kalatvam. Very, very important. And third point is Nam Gane Sada Ruchi. Nam means Harinam, the holy names of Krishna. And Gan means Kirtanam. Kirtan does not mean just singing Kirtan. Kirtan means also glorifying Krishna, speaking Bhagavatam, speaking about Krishna, speaking what Krishna wants you to speak, what Krishna is instructing in Bhagavad Gita. So, and what Mahaprabhu is instructing in Chaitanya through Chaitanya Charitamrit. So Nam Gane Sada Ruchi. Sri Guru has interest only in these aspects, not in speaking about what is the price of potatoes in the market and what is, are you eating, this. So there are so many so-called gurus who are also eating non-veg and they are calling themselves gurus. Actually, it is it is really a shame. It is really a big shame in the name of Guru. Somebody whose acharan, somebody whose the way they are living their life is so deteriorated and they call themselves Guru. They don't even know the basic four regulative principles. So they are not even qualified to become a human being actually. They are as good as animals, but they are claiming themselves as gurus, and there are people who are blindly following such people, such so-called gurus. So we should understand that who is a guru, not just any random person. There are so many people speaking on YouTube. If you just go on YouTube, you will see people speaking like experts, scholars, trying to explain Bhagavad Gita through physics. What is the point if they have no realization themselves? They're absolutely shallow from within. What is the point of explaining Bhagavad Gita through physics and other, through mathematics and physics? But if they cannot realize Krishna, if they cannot understand the instructions of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, what is the point of understanding Bhagavad Gita? There are so many Sanskrit scholars. What big deal is it? No big deal. So we should understand first is who is a guru. And now here, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. Chitte te Korea oika. Chitte te means in your heart, in your consciousness. Korea means to do. Oiko means to draw or to fill. So Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Te Korea Oiko. So I will paint the words, or I will write the words. I will engrave the words in my heart, in my mind, in my consciousness. Which words? Those words, those instructions that are emanating from the lotus lips of my Sri Guru, of my bona fide spiritual master. And the next, so I'll sing ahead. Guru Mukha Padmo Bako Chitte Te Kuriya Oiko Arna Kuri Ho Mone beyond this, ar na koriho means more than this. Mone means in your heart, in your mind. Please don't try to develop more desires. Asha means desires. So don't bring in more desires apart from what your Guru Maharaj has instructed you. Just engrave those words that this is my life and soul, and I just want to do this. Beyond this, nothing else should actually come in your heart. And who is saying this? This is by Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Srila Narottam Das Thakur is our Acharya. So he is teaching us these the mood that we should carry in our heart, and how we should carry the mood of our Guru Maharaj in our heart. Guru Mukha Padma Bako Chittete Kuriya Oiko Are na Kori Ho Mone Asha Shri Guru Charone Roti Eshe Uttamo Goti Je Prasade Pure Sharbo Asha. So Shri Guru Charane Rati, to have your attachment at the lotus feet of your spiritual master. Guru Charane Rati means to have attachment. Eshe Uttama Gati. The day you realize that my only attachment is to the lotus feet of my Guru Maharaj, that is the day you should know that yes, you are progressing in your spiritual life. Eshe Uttama Gati. And Je Prasade Pure Sarva Asha. Pure means to get fulfilled. Prasad means mercy. Je Prasade Pure Sarva Asha. Sarva means all your desires. Asha is desire. So all your desires are fulfilled just by this. And in Bengali, you can also pure Java. We say pure Java means to be burnt. So we can understand this in both the ways, that one whose consciousness, whose attachment is only at the lotus feet of Sri Guru, Srila Gurudev, that person is definitely going to achieve success in their spiritual life, because that is the ultimate gati, the ultimate aim of life. And one whose consciousness is such, that is, whose consciousness is fixed on the lotus feet of Guru Maharaj, all that, by the mercy of Guru Maharaj, all their desires will be fulfilled. All desires are fulfilled. So one may say that, okay, what if I have some material desire? So if somebody's consciousness is fixed at the lotus feet of Guru Maharaj, and if somebody is constantly meditating on just one aspect, will this please my Guru Maharaj? It can be, you may think it is a material desire, whatever it is. But if your consciousness is, will this please my Guru Maharaj? If my Guru Maharaj was here, what would my Guru Maharaj say? Or what would my Guru Maharaj think about it? When your consciousness is always in this direction, then Guru Maharaj will either fulfill that desire, if that is good for you, or Guru Maharaj will burn that desire. You will be able to come out of such desires, even if it is material, even if it is not good for you. If it is not good for you, just by being conscious, just by praying at the lotus feet of Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj will either fulfill it or will burn it. So Shri Guru Charane Rati Eshe Uttama Goti Je Prasade Pure Sharbo Asha. Now the third verse. चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित দিব্য জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত, প্রেম ভক্তি যাহা হইতে অবিদ্যা বিনাশ যাতে, প্রেম ভক্তি যাহা হইতে অবিদ্যা বিনাশ যাতে, বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত, বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত। So chakshu dan diloje. Chakshu means eyes. Eyes of what? Transcendental knowledge. Chakshu dan diloje. Janme janme. Dilo means to give. Jai means one. One who gives you, or one who donates, or one who, like we know that in the Mahabharat, Sanjay was given Divya Chakshu by his Gurudev, Srila Vyasdev. We know about it. In during the Mahabharat war, um, Sanjay was given this benediction, this blessing, that you will receive transcendental eyes, by which you are sitting in the palace of, in the courtroom of King Dhritarashtra, but you will be able to see the entire Kurukshetra war, the battle, and everything that is spoken by Krishna and everything that is spoken by anyone there. So that is spiritual eyes. The spiritual eyes means spiritual knowledge. So here, Chakshu Dan Diloje, one who is giving you, bestowing upon you the spiritual knowledge. Janme Janme Prabhu She. He is my Lord. Janme Janme, birth after birth. Prabhu She. He is my Lord, birth after birth. Because He is the person, He is my Lord who is giving me this transcendental knowledge. By what? So, what will I do with that transcendental knowledge? Or what will happen with that knowledge? Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. Hriday means our heart, the heart region. And Divya Gyan means transcendental knowledge. Now, what is this? What is this transcendental knowledge? Transcendental knowledge is a big, big ocean to understand. But one who is surrendered at the lotus feet of Sri Guru, that knowledge will automatically be revealed in that person's heart. Guru Maharaj will speak to that person through the through will speak to that person in their heart, within their heart. So Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. Prakashito means to um, um, basically it is mm, to reveal, to Prakashito is to be, to get revealed. So in your heart, this transcendental knowledge will be revealed. Even if you are not, so I will share something that I have heard from a very senior devotee. I don't remember the name or the exact details of the devotee that he had shared about, but there was this one devotee who was in his room for many, many years. He was just doing his Harinam Bhajan in his room for many years. This devotee did not go out anywhere, not connected with anybody. These days, we are always connected with the entire world, but we are disconnected with our own selves. We are always on the phone. We have WhatsApp. We are connected with everybody. Every now and then we pick up the phone and we call someone. Yeah, how are you? What is going on? आपके साथ क्या हो रहा है? So we are always connected with the whole world, but we are disconnected with ourselves. We don't know what is going on within ourselves. We don't know what our mind is thinking. Our mind is roaming around the world, the whole world, but we have no control over our own self. Not even basic control. What to speak of bigger controls? Basic control is also missing. So this person was disconnected with everybody, no news, nothing. just sincerely doing the Nam Bhajan, Harinam Bhajan for many years. Then, at one point, um, this devotee comes out, and as soon as he interacts with the people around, the modern times, so many things happening around the world. But what happens with Nam Bhajan is Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. The spiritual master reveals the essence of everything in your heart. So as soon as he came out of his Nam Bhajan from this isolation, and as soon as he started speaking, whatever he spoke, whatever emanated from his lotus lips was perfect. And he was completely updated. Whatever he was speaking was actually perfectly connected or related with everything that was happening around. This is what it means, Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. Even if you don't go through the news channels, even if you don't go through the millions of videos on YouTube on what to eat, how to sleep, how to mate, how to defend, how to protect yourself, what to do when it is cold, what to do when it is hot, nothing. But if you sincerely just follow the instructions of your spiritual master says, take care of your health, do what is required then. The spiritual master says, don't do this, stop doing it. Spiritual master says, sit, don't get up, then you should sit and not get up. When somebody has that kind of consciousness, that kind of sincerity, all the knowledge will be revealed in the heart. It does not matter whether you read or watch anything or not, but everything will be revealed. That is the power of Sri Guru. That is what Sri Guru, that is the mercy that a bona fide spiritual master bestows upon us, gives us, donates us freely. So, Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. And Prema Bhakti Jaha Hoite Prem Bhakti. Prem means transcendent, that is love for Krishna, ecstatic love for Krishna. And Bhakti means devotional service. Prema Bhakti Jaha Hoite. Just when you have a bona fide spiritual master in your life and you are sincerely putting efforts to follow the instructions of your spiritual master, sincerely trying to serve your spiritual master, then what happens? Eventually, day by day, you will get prema bhakti, that is ecstatic love for Krishna, because that ecstatic prem, it is emanating from Sri Guru. Sri Guru is the ocean of that ecstatic prem. We did um, in our Mangala Arti, Guru Ashtakam. We have already done this. What is it? Samsara dava nalalidha loka त्राणाय कारुण्य घना घनात्वं प्राप्तस्य कल्याण गुणार्णवस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणरविन्दम्. So here it is said, Gunarnavasya. He is the ocean of that ecstatic love that Mahaprabhu wants to give us. Our Guru Maharaj is that ocean. He's holding that ocean within himself. So, when we try to sincerely serve our spiritual master, eventually, gradually, we will receive that ecstatic love and we will start feeling that ecstatic prem or love within ourselves, and we'll get more taste for devotional service. Avidya vinasha jate. And by his mercy only, all the avidya that is there, all the ignorance, all the foolishness, ignorance that we are carrying from birth, from millions of birth. I am this body, this is my family. If I eat well, if I wear nice clothes, if I look very nice, if I use nice makeup, cream, moisturizers, or hair products, all these things, then people will get attracted to me. I can attract people if I speak very nice English. Then I can attract people. Or if I sing very well, then people will get attracted to me. Just this is what is this Kripana? Just trying to serve the miserly people. This is so um, I mean, such a deteriorated way of thinking that just to please others, what will happen by pleasing others? Nothing is going to really happen. But here, avidya vinasha jate, all this ignorance that we are carrying from our millions of birth, ignorance of who I really am and what is really the purpose of my life. I have received this human body, and in front of me, I can see there is a small insect flying. Then why is that insect in that insect body, and why am I in this human body? We see so many species in front of us. We see so many variety of sufferings in front of us, whether it is in animal species, whether it is insect species, whether it is the bird species, or whether it is human beings. Every now and then we can see how everyone is suffering. Despite that, we just want to hold on to our, the way we are. We don't want to let go of um, our material consciousness. We are not ready to do that. We are okay. We hear it. Every day, every time the class happens, this thing comes only. I am not the body. I am the spirit soul. I am not the body. I am the spirit soul. अरे इसका मतलब क्या है? What does it really mean? Have you really thought about it? Why are you given this body? What is the purpose of my body? Have you really thought about it? And if you have thought about it, then what are you doing about it? That is coming out of that ignorance that happens by the mercy of a spiritual master. If you have thought about this even once, then you should understand that that is by the mercy of spiritual master. Otherwise, it is not possible. It is by the mercy of the Supreme Lord and his manifestation as the spiritual master. Otherwise, you will see millions of people doing the same thing, just trying to do the same thing. If you are upset, TV लगा के बैठ जाओ. Keep switching the channels. As long as, mindless watching. There's no aim to it. Mindless watching different kinds of videos that, okay, just let me divert my mind. Divert my mind from what? What are you trying to divert your mind from? Because you are not the body. Once you die, your suffering will continue. Today, in this body, you can divert your mind, but this mind will accompany your soul. The mind, intelligence, and ego. Three things accompany the soul, and your soul goes to another body. The suffering will continue. And who knows that if somebody is not getting a human body, then that option will also be not there. कि बैठ के channel change करो. Then that option is also gone. So it is important that today is the day. Right now, think, what are we doing with this body? So that avidya is destroyed, that ignorance, this ignorance is destroyed by the mercy of our spiritual master. All of you who have gathered today to listen to this class, or each one of you who are listening to the record, who will be hearing the recording later on, all of you have been blessed by the spiritual master. All of you have received the mercy of spiritual master. That is why you are getting this opportunity to hear about this thing, this class, or to be connected with Gauranga Kuti, or to be connected with devotees. So the last line, Vede Gai Jahar Charito. Vede means the scriptures. The Vedic scriptures, Gai means to sing, Jahar Charito, the character of such a spiritual master. So let me sing this again and just quickly um, I mean, comprehend it or quickly like put it up. चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु श्री दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति যাহা হইতে অবিদ্যা বিনাশ যাতে বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত. So spiritual master, that Sri Guru, who is bringing you out of such ignorance, who is giving you this transcendental knowledge to understand such and within your heart, through your heart, your spiritual master is revealing this transcendental knowledge. Such a spiritual master is my Lord, birth after birth. And the character, the glories of such a spiritual master is sung in all the revealed scriptures, in all the Vedic scriptures. So if you see in all the Vedic scriptures, in Srimad Bhagavatam, in Chaitanya Charitamrit, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna in the form of Guru is taking out Arjun from such ignorance. So in all the scriptures, Vedic scriptures, the Shri Guru or bona fide spiritual master has been glorified, because the spiritual master takes the pain of coming to this dirty material world. Nobody wants to come to this dirty place from the spiritual world, because spiritual world is a place of bliss, happiness, eternal happiness. There is no tension, there is no stress, there is no suffering, there is no dukkha, no pain. Why would somebody want to come from that place to this dirty place where where the body has to suffer? If you take a material body, the body has to suffer, even if you don't want. Do we want any sufferings? No. But still, one day we'll have a headache, one day our eyes will flicker, one day there is pain in the ears, one day we have cold, cough, one day we have fever, one day we have leg pain, one day we have shoulder pain. Something or the other will come. So, so, um, so we should understand that as long as we have this material body, all this will go on. Even if you have millions of dollars with you, you cannot really do anything. What has to come will come. The only thing that can protect you is shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. Only thing that can protect you is taking shelter of the Supreme Lord. Nothing else. The money, wealth, property, relatives, no use. In fact, in this context, let me also share another real incident. Someone I personally know, and this I'm sharing not with an intention to put anyone down or to judge anyone, but this is a fact. To understand fact, I'm sharing this real incident, so that um, so this person who I personally know, this thing is shared by that person to me. It is not that I've heard it via someone. It's shared by that person to me. So now this person was liked a girl, and so they fell in love, so-called love of this material world. And then their marriage was a love marriage, as we call it, love marriage. And after marriage, 6 months, they were very, very, very happy. And this person is very rich, very, very wealthy. Um, but after 6 months, suddenly the wife goes into coma. Something happens, and the wife gets into coma. So the husband starts the treatment, goes to different doctors, and that is natural. That is what anyone would do. So the treatment begins, and then it was almost 6 months. The wife was still in that coma, vegetable state. No movement, no response, nothing. 6 months of marriage, love marriage, 6 months, the wife gets into coma. And after so many treatment, then it was almost a year. Finally, the husband calls up the parents of the girls and tells them, please take your daughter back. I have tried everything, but nothing is working. Please take your daughter back. So this is the so-called love of this material world. Now we may think that, okay, this person is very selfish. But no, it's not that this person is selfish. The thing is, we are all in the same boat. When somebody fulfills our conditions, then we feel very happy. We feel satisfied. And then we also want to serve that person. But as soon as somebody is not doing according to what I want, that is when our mind gets disturbed. And this is a fact that in this material world, no matter who your relatives are, how much they love you, how much you love them, it really does not matter. Because nobody can really save us, nobody can really protect us, and nobody is really going to go beyond the journey of this body. Once I leave this body, I have to travel alone according to the destination that I have created while I was in this body. Is is this making sense? Then if there is any doubt, or if whatever I'm speaking is not making sense or is difficult to understand, please raise your hand, because it's not about me just speaking something and you are giving your valuable time but it is not making sense, or if you feel, oh, I already know all these things, you can please raise your hand and very, very honestly just say it. The, as long as I am in this body, my thoughts, my consciousness, my mind, my behavior, my activities, what I have eaten, what I have put inside my body, what I have watched with my eyes, what I have heard with my ears, what I have spoken with my mouth, what activities I have done with my hands, which all places have I been using my legs. All these things are creating the destination for me in my onward journey. And as soon as I leave this body, I will be traveling to that destination. So it does not really matter. You may think that your relatives love you a lot, और we may think that I love my relatives a lot. उसने ऐसे किया, मैं तो कभी ऐसे नहीं करूंगी या करूंगा. This is wrong. It's a wrong thought. Unless we are put in that situation, we do not know what is going to happen. So any moment, anybody can leave us, either physically or, I mean, physical in the sense, leave us while they are also present in that body and you are also present in that body, or leave us by leaving the body. So we have to understand that other than our spiritual master and other than Supreme Lord, nobody is really going to be with us every moment and eternally, because they are our only well wishers. So this is the third verse, and we'll go to the fourth verse. শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনার বন্ধু, শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু Sindhu means ocean, and Karuna means mercy. Shri Guru is the ocean of mercy. Adhama. Adham means one who is the most fallen, most foolish, poor, in whatever terms you want to think. Adham. Most fallen, most degraded condition, most wretched condition. Adham Janar. Janar means the people. Bandhu. Bandhu means the friend. So this Sri Guru, he is the ocean of mercy. And he is the friend of all those people who have no hope actually, who are absolutely hopeless, like myself. So Adham Janar Bandhu, who are Adham, who are most fallen, most wretched condition, most poor, most foolish, most ignorant. Since he is the ocean of mercy, so he looks at those people, oh, okay, this person is in a good position, but that person is drowning. Oh, he's drowning in the pool of stool and urine. Let me pick up that person. Where nobody wants to come. Will anybody go in towards the gutter? Does anybody go and put your leg in the gutter? Is there anybody? Please raise your hand. Anybody likes to go and stand near the gutter? Or if you see that, okay, so even if a ball, when the kids are playing with a ball, when the ball also falls in the gutter, nobody wants to pick up. Everybody tells each other, hey, you go and pick up, hey, you go and pick up. Is there anybody who voluntarily says, yes, I like to, put my hand in the gutter and to pick out the ball? Anybody? Okay, let me put it the other way because by this I will not understand. So, how many of you don't want to do that? Put your hand in the gutter and pick out the ball. Please raise your hand. Okay. All right. Okay. So, okay, here there are few participants, not few, I think. Okay. I cannot see their names. If you just put in your name, then it will be easier for me to understand who all are here. Okay, so yes, so no one, none of us really want to put our hand in the gutter to pick up even a ball. But Sri Guru is coming because we are fallen in the gutter. This material world is actually a gutter. It is nothing better than a gutter of stool and urine. We have only come here to pass stool. These are not my words, by the way. These are the words of Srila Prabhupada. We have come here to pass stool. These are the words of Srila Prabhupada. So this is a place of stool and urine where our Sri Guru is coming from that spiritual world which is eternally blissful and full of knowledge. And there is no need for him. But out of his causeless mercy for people like myself, oh, this person is suffering like hell. She doesn't even know that she's suffering. That is why he has come here to pick us out of this stool and urine. So Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu Lokanath Lokera Jivana. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu Lokanath Lokero Jivano. Lokanath, the master of the uh, poor, the Lokanath is master of the people, master of the devotees, the lord of the devotees. And Lokera Jivana, Jivan means life. So he's the life giving source actually. We are suffering here and he's coming to pick us up from there. So he's coming to give us that life. So Lokanath Lokera Jivana. Ha ha Prabhu karo daya deho more pado chaya. Ha ha Prabhu karo daya deho more pado chaya. Ebe josh khushukri bhuvano. Ebe josh khushukri bhuvano. So ha means we are crying out, oh Master, oh Lord, oh Guru Maharaj. Ha ha. This is like we say no ha when you are in pain. If you see when somebody passes away, this usually happens when somebody passes away, the close relatives, when they cannot take that pain, they are they cry out, beating their chest. So this is, we are calling out, we are crying out, ha ha Prabhu. We are calling out to our spiritual master, ha ha Prabhu, karo daya, please be merciful unto me, please be merciful unto me. Deho more pado chaya. Pado means the lotus feet, and chaya means the shelter, the shade. in a in a very sunny afternoon, if you see a very nice dense tree, then we immediately want to stand beneath that tree. If you see an umbrella, when it is uh, very bright, very sunny, and the sun is scorchingly bright, so what happens is, if you have to stand on the footpath, and if you see that, okay, there is a fruit seller or something who has a huge umbrella. Actually, this happened to me today only, so I can relate to it even more. When you see the fruit vendor has a huge umbrella, you just want to stand beneath the umbrella because it is so scorching hot. So this same thing happens, that umbrella is the lotus feet, the shade of the lotus feet of our spiritual master. So here we are crying out, ha ha Prabhu karo daya, deho more pado chaya. Oh master, oh spiritual master, please be merciful unto me, please be kind unto me, and please give me the shade, the shelter of your lotus feet. And Ebe Josh Bhushuk Tribhuvan. Josh means fame, the glory, the glories. Ebe means now, and Ghushuk means spread. Let it spread. Three Bhuvan, all the three worlds. Three Bhuvan means the three worlds. So now let the glories of my spiritual master, of such a spiritual master who is so merciful, who is taking me out of this ignorance, such a spiritual master, let your glories be sung in all the three worlds. So this is Srila Narottam Das Thakur is revealing his mind, and this is how he's praying. And um, this is the meaning of these verses. So we'll just sing the last verse one more time, and we'll finish. I will complete and stop with that. And after that, if you have any questions, any comments, or any feedback, then you can share. শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনার বন্ধু লোকনাথ লোকের জীবন হা হা প্রভু করো দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া হা হা প্রভু করো দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া এবে যশ ভূষু ত্রিভুবন এবে যশ ভূষু ত্রিভুবন শ্রীলা প্রভুপাদ পতিত পাবন. Srila Prabhupada is Patita Pavana, means those who are most fallen, most wretched. He's purifying, he's making them pure devotees just by his association. So Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana, মোর গুরুদেব লইল চরণ, মোর গুরুদেব লইল শরণ. So here we are praying again, more Gurudev. More means, oh my spiritual master, oh my beloved spiritual master. More Gurudev, loilo. Loilo means please take me. Loilo Sharana. Sharana means please accept me, please take me in your shelter. So with that, we'll stop here. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Guru Maharaj. So I've taken, I think, little extra time. I'm very sorry. Um, but if there are any questions or any comments, then we'll quickly address them, and then we can stop. Uh, okay. I can see Mohan's hand is raised. Yes, you can unmute.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Today's class was really nice. It was really glorious class.
Mohan, for some reason, your voice was breaking, so I could not understand what you said. Can you please? Is everyone else able to hear Mohan? Mohan Prabhu?
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
some network
So we
issue.
can do one thing. We can go back to
Yes, we
Lal
can.
Mohan Prabhu.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Lal Mohan Prabhu. You can unmute. And yes,
Yes. But are you listening me?
yes, I can hear you.
You can listen me now?
Yes, yes, it is clear.
Yeah. This is not a question. This is a comment I was saying. See, this particular Guru Vandana, and since that day, my sister Guru Alanto Vilas Prabhu has sent me through the Mini Gauranga Kuti channel. I listen to this 3 times a day, in the morning, afternoon, and the evening. But today, the explanation I have listened from you, beautifully explained by you, it is really giving me much more knowledge and pressure. And I really thank you very for the same.
It is all by the mercy of my spiritual master. If there is anything that you have really been able to connect or relate or understand, then it is all by the mercy of my spiritual master. And whatever unrequired things were there that anybody must have thought not worthy is because of my own anartha. So, thank you, Prabhu, for glorifying my spiritual master. Hare Krishna. Okay, so all right, I can see that Mohan Prabhu has sent a message. Hare Krishna. Okay, so if there are no more, yes, Prabhu, yes. So our Prabhu is here.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Shamakarnami Mataji, for this very wonderful class. Sorry, I could not attend on time,
No,
and I was driving and I had poor network also, so I could not join earlier. But for the portions that I attended, it was so invaluable. I got to learn such this deeper meanings of this prayer, and I'm very, very grateful. So much things I could also learn from this, and I just request you to give more of your association so that we can all learn together as we go in this journey of Krishna consciousness. So, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare Krishna. Actually, I was in the beginning of the class, I was just mentioning this that I'm so grateful to you, Prabhu, for giving me this opportunity. This is only by causeless mercy of Sri Guru, and Sri Guru manifests in as our Shiksha Guru. So I'm so grateful, Prabhu, for this opportunity that I'm able to speak about Krishna amidst such wonderful devotees and in such wonderful association. And this is so inspiring for myself also, because they are all wonderful devotees. And it is just when I speak, it is for my own purification, for my own understanding. And you are most exemplary, Prabhu. It's just your most
I think you have already mentioned the cause. It is Sri Guru who is manifesting and who is giving the opportunity. So it is Sri Guru is orchestrating everything. So, but this is very, very inspiring. So we want more of your association, and so that like, all of us can get benefited with this. Whatever, whatever we have when we share, that is so pleasing to our Guru Parampara. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any other question or any comments? Okay. I think no one has any comments, so then we can end here then, Mataji.
Okay. जय श्रील प्रभुपाद, जय गुरु महाराज, गौरांग किटी भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री अनंत लीला
Hare Grace, Shama Karunamai Mataji ki jai.
Bye.
श्री प्रभु
Jagat Guru Prabhupada ki jai.